All right, so in this problem, we want to determine whether T is one-to-one or onto linear transformation. Okay, so we've defined this. We can use different approaches in solving this problem. Okay, we've gone through some proofs or some theorems that states that your linear transformation T is one-to-one if and only if the null space of the transformation is a zero vector, or you can go by using the way you prove a one-to-one map or function or whatever. Okay, that if you have the t of something, maybe if you have t of some vector x equals t of some vector y, then x should be equal to y. Right, so I mean you can, by defining the x, so x should be a three-dimensional, it should be a three-dimensional something, and y should also be three-dimensional something. Okay, so you can choose that approach. If we have more time, I'll talk about that. If you don't, then I mean, like I said, you can use that approach as well. Now, using this theorem that T is one-to-one, if and only if the null space of T is equal to the zero vector. Okay, so what I want to do is to find the null space of T. Null space of T is, I want T of some vector that will take the form a1, a2, a3, giving me the zero vector, right? 0, 0, because this is from R3 to R2, so it will give me the zero vector in R2. And so what is the transformation of a1, a2, a3? Is given by a1 minus a2 to a3, right? And that should be equal to the zero vector. Now this means that I'm going to have a1 minus a2 is equal to 0, which case I'm going to have a1 equals a2, and then 2a3 is equal to 0, so I have a3 is equal to 0, right? So the null space of this transformation is going to be the vector that will take the form a1, and then a3 to be 0. This is the null space, that is the null space of T is equal to the span of this vector 1, 1, 0, right? Because this is going to be a1 out and then 1, 1. We've gone through why I'm saying this is a span, because any vector of the scalar multiple of the vector 1, 1, 0 will give you the zero transformation. Okay, this is not only the zero vector, because the zero vector should just give us the only 0, but this is giving us different vectors, so it means T is not one-to-one, because the null space of T is not equal to just the zero vector. Okay, so you can use this idea, or so let's talk about the onto part, and then I'll come back to the one-to-one part. Okay, so T is onto if, so we if, what do we say, if the range of T is equal to R2, right? Because now R2 is our W. If you remember the onto, we had T maps to W. So if your range is the same as the W or the R2 here, then you have an onto function or an onto transformation. Okay, so how do I know that R of T is going to be the R2? Now remember, maybe R of T is equal to, as the range of T is given by some a1 minus a2 and 2a3. Now let me pick any. I know that obviously this belongs to, or this is a subset. Sorry. This value I have here, this vector here, a1 minus a2, as a two-dimensional vector, so it belongs to R2, right? Now I have to, so it means that every vector I pick in R of T is a member of R2. To be able to say that two sets are the same, what do we do? We have to show that one of them is a subset of the other, and the other one is also the subset of the first one. Okay, so I have to show that the range of T is a subset of R2, and then R2 is also a subset of the range of T. Knowing that all the vectors in the range of T are in R2, it means that the range of T is, of course, a subset of R2. Now let me pick an R2 vector, something like y1, y2, belonging to R2. Right. If I set y1 to be equal to, if I say that, okay, let me equal the two of them and see what happens. If I say a1 minus a2 to a3 to be equal to y1, y2, I want to make sure that every y1, y2 I pick, I can write it as this, okay, with a1, a2, a3 coming from just a normal scalar, okay. What can I say? I can say that y2 is equal to 2a3, right? So if I pick my a3 to be equal to y2 over 2, sorry, y2 over 2, and if I pick, I say y1 is equal to a1 minus a2, it means that a1 will be equal to just y1 plus a2, okay. And so it means that every y1, y2 you pick can be written as a1 minus a2, you know that, right? a3, and this with the idea is that a3 is equal to y2 over 2, and if you plug in a2, a3 equals this inside here, you're going to get y2, and then with the idea that y1 or maybe a1 is equal to y1 plus a2. If you plug this a1 here into this side, you're going to have y1. So it means that every vector you pick, this vector that we picked here, y1, y2, also belong to the range of T with a particular selected a1 and then a2. A1 and a3. Okay, so it means the R2 is also a subset of the range of T. How do you show that something is a subset? If you pick any arbitrary vector in that R2 and that vector also belongs to the range of T, means R2 is a subset of the range of T. Meaning that, I'm going to write my final here, it means that the range of T is equal to R2. So it means our range is the same as the codomain, meaning T is onto. Alright, so T is not one-to-one, but it's onto. The other part I wanted to say that the one-to-one you could show by saying that T of x, if T of x is equal to T of y, for T to be one-to-one, then it means x should be equal to the vector x should be equal to y. And here how you show that is you set your x to be, let's say, a1, a2, a3, and then y to be equal to b1, b2, b3. So suppose t of x is equal to t of y, meaning that t of x will be t of a1, a2, a3 to be equal to t of b1, b2, b3, right? And that idea is going to give us, the transformation of this is going to give us a1 minus a2 to a3 should be equal to b1 minus b2 to b3. Now here, if I equate individual components, I'm going to have a3 equals b3, right? That part is done. Now the other part is a1 minus a2 is equal to b1 minus b2. Means a1 is equal to b1 minus b2 plus a2. So it means I'm not getting a1 is equal to b1, exactly the same thing, right? Two vectors are the same. X is equal to y if and only if a1 is equal to b1, a2 is equal to b2, a3 is equal to b3. It means each individual component should be the same. But here we only have a3 equals b3 checked. The other one, we also know that a1 is equal to b1 minus b2 plus a2, and that is not giving us a direct relation between a1 and b1. Okay, so here it means t is not 1 to 1, because if it was supposed to be 1 to 1, saying that t of x equals t of y, it should give us x equals y. In that case, a1 should be equal to b1, a2 should be equal to b2, and then a3 equals b3. Okay, so yeah, that's the other way you can also show the one-to-one part. All right, so see you in our next lesson.